with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I tell you who's fucking annoying me on Twitter at the moment, and I never thought I'd say this, but fucking David Icke is annoying the shit out of me. The old wise man has turned into like your typical fucking conspiracy theorist. Well, he's Lord of Conspiracy, isn't he? But this is what happens when you're a conspiracy theorist, and I know this very well. You fucking get a chunk of information that the general population doesn't know about. It doesn't matter what it fucking is, 9/11, fucking moon landing, vaccines, whatever the fuck you want. You do some fucking deep diving and you figure it all out. And once you figure it out, you're like, oh my God, I have to tell the world about this. So you start telling everyone, and the world's not ready for you. The world's not ready for your information. So it gets shut down. You're like, no, but Michelle Obama is a man. And they're like, shut up, idiot. Stop saying crazy shit. And you're like, they killed JFK. They killed Martin Luther King, CIA. And people are like, that's been debunked. And then over a period of time, more and more people get the information that you found first, quotation marks. And so more and more people jump on board. At the start, it's just a few, like you bring it up in conversation at a pub and one person in the group will jump on board with you, and then you can be friends with that person and you can go speak conspiracies all night with that cunt. Then a few more years later, the group gets bigger, and then eventually after like 10, 12, 14, 15 years, the conspiracy becomes like general knowledge, popular fucking knowledge, like Jeffrey Epstein. And then you become the guy in the group that fucking starts telling everyone, I knew about that first. I was telling people about that 10 years ago, cunts. And no one cares. No one cares if you found it first. Barely anyone fucking cares at all about anything, let alone that. And so people come to you now and they're like, did you know all the elites are pedophiles? And the only thing you have to say to them is, I fucking was talking about that in fucking 2001. Like, you don't even care about the pedophile ring anymore. You just care that you were the guy who was trying to tell people way back in the day. Well, that's what fucking David Icke has turned into, because everything's now a conspiracy with fucking Icke. You should see this cunt on Twitter now. There's no pocket that isn't a conspiracy, and that's all well and good, and it probably is, but that doesn't give you a lot of hope for the future, does it? It gives you no paths out. And every single fucking argument he gets in on Twitter now is basically him saying, I was telling people about this in 1986. And we're like, yeah, well, thanks, Ike. Thanks for your work. But what the fuck are we going to do now? Is there any pathway out of this, doctor? And so I'm fucking very close to unfollowing David Icke on Twitter at the moment. I'm not going to, because how can you unfollow the Lord of Conspiracies? He's going on a lot about the alternative mainstream media. So all these new big podcasts like Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, all that sort of shit is now the new mainstream media. It's been captured. They're making the agenda. And that's just the same as everything. Something new comes in to replace the old fucking atrophied system, and then that something new ends up becoming what it originally replaced. It's a story as long as time. Now we know what the truth is. Listen to us. We're the truth tellers. But eventually someone will come replace them. Some TikTokers will come replace everyone. And then they'll be the truth tellers. They'll be the new alternative mainstream media. And the thing that I've worked out over the years, after many, many, many times of thinking I've found the Messiah, like Hunter S. Thompson, Terrence McKenna, Jordan Peterson, fucking David Icke. I never thought Icke was the Messiah, I can tell you that right now. But you know what I mean? These fucking big figures come along and you're like, all right, this is the guy. And then eventually, if they speak long enough, they run out of things to say. They run out of things to say in their particular area of expertise. And then they just fucking go wild because they still want the attention. So they just start saying crazy shit because you run out of things to say. I mean, I haven't, but I did figure out pretty early that I could not do a podcast every single day talking about alcohol. So I better fucking change it up because there's just not enough to fucking talk about. So early on, I fucking switched it up and just made it predominantly about my rig. And thank God for that. I think everyone's happy I made that decision. But the point is, there's no fucking messiahs out there that are going to fucking save you. Donald Trump's not going to save you. Joe Biden. We all know Joe Biden's not even going to fucking save himself. Everyone is an extremely flawed human being. So it's really up to you. So get your shit together. How did I end up there? But fucking David Icke, yeah. He's starting to fucking annoy the fuck out of me. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.